Whoa! Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joe. Pause and select. So this is an answer. No, well, not really an answer. It's sort of a response to AJ's question on regards to how the Jinro transition was done. It's very straightforward. It's just a Luma Matte. But I guess I'll just run through how it's done because it's really easy. It's very easy, and you probably see this a lot on YouTube. So I'll just show you guys how to do it. It's really easy. So essentially, what you wanted, really all you need here, how I did that video was I had these three pieces here. So I used a ink reveal. It's sort of just a generic stock ink reveal that you can find in a lot of places. I used a particular one from Vimeo with the permission of the original creator. If you guys can't find any ink reveals, let me know, and I can see what I can do about like finding you a link where you can find them. But there's ink reveals that you can find, and essentially what the ink reveals are, they're essentially just these sort of these clips, which are just these generic sort of like inky, blotchy. Oops, they're just like these very generic inky, blotchy sort of clips here, and that's what we're going to be using. So what we're going to do here is I am going to import everything here, and we're going to essentially recreate the sort of the Jinro transition. Now, usually I link this in Adobe Premiere because I'm able to link my Premiere alongside my After Effects. But you can also do this separately if you don't use Premiere or if you don't have the option to link it. That is totally fine. So here's how we're going to do it. So what we want here is, let's put the canvas down. Let's get the canvas on here. So now we got the canvas. This is going to be our canvas. In case if you're going to do this in After Effects, this is how we're going to do it. So we have the canvas, and then we have the actual picture. Now, we got the actual picture here. For this picture, let's move it up to, let's sort of resize this. Let me hold shift here. Let's resize this. Ooh. I don't remember exactly how I set the face up. I think it looked like that. I don't remember, but let's see here. I don't know. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. So we got the face here, and don't worry about the quality loss here. I just have it on quarter quality, so as you can see here, once you go to full quality, it's totally fine. So we have the face here. And what we want to essentially do is we want to have it sort of show up. Really, it's really easy. So essentially, what we take here, we take the ink blotch, and we just put it on top. So what we do is we essentially would apply a Luma Matte. We got to make sure that the track matte option is on, or at least sometimes it won't show up. Sometimes it'll be over here. Sometimes it'll be down here. Everybody's layout is a little different. But you want to make sure that track matte is on. It's going to be above the layer upon which we have the picture that's going to reveal. And what the Luma Matte's going to do is essentially it's going to provide information that would essentially tell us where items are going to show up. So it's going to take the white, and it's going to essentially map out on the picture where it's going to show up. So we go down to the layer the picture here, and we go to Luma Matte. So Luma Matte's going to show up, and it's going to have the name of the file. It's going to have the name of the layer, which if you haven't renamed the layer, it's going to be the name of the file. So we just go to Luma Matte, and that's pretty much it. So as you can see here, what happens now is that it's drawing on information from the ink reveal to essentially show up particular spots. So you can see it's showing up particular spots here. Now what we can do is we can modify the size. We can modify the size of the ink reveal so that it essentially is in line with the picture that's being presented. So now what we do is, so when we move, now it reveals more of it. And there you go. So now what we can do here is the last step, really easy. We just take these two and then we go to PreCompose. Precomposing essentially creates a sort of a composition inside your composition. And that's very similar to how sequences can be nested within sequences in Premiere. It's the same general logic. It's so that if you want to, it's really useful if you want to apply a uniform, if you want to apply like a uniform effect or something on top of a series of layers and objects and so on and so forth. Precomposing essentially allows you to not only keep track of everything a lot better, because then you don't have to work with like 40 layers of random stuff, but it also lets you apply effects and situations and conditions upon a lot of different things at once. So I pre-composed it, and the reason why is because we want to make sure that this one is moving at the same rate as the picture that it's Luma mapped over. Because what we're going to do is now we're going to open this up, and we are going to go to scale. We're going to add in a keyframe. Go to the ends. We're going to add in another keyframe. Going to add another keyframe by just increasing it up here. Now I usually go to 115. I usually add on about 15%, but it really depends upon how long the clip is going to run. But essentially now you see it's sort of moving up over here. So when we move back, when we go full, run. Oh, this is. We're just gonna give that a while, let it render a little bit here. It's definitely rendering, which is why it's taking a little while here. I should have just done RAM preview. That probably would have made a lot more sense for me to do. I probably should have done that. Yeah, I'm gonna do RAM preview. Nope. It's been a while since I've done RAM preview. I usually don't do this, that's why. Gotta wait. There we go. Yeah, see? So now you see it is running a little smoother. That is literally the process. That is literally the entire process. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire process. So you're just like, oh wow, how did all these super cool things, how did they show up like this? What's that effect? Well, it's literally just a Luma Matte in After Effects. It's literally it. I mean, later on you can sort of later on you can do like what you can do here is you can do some fun stuff with it. You can actually do some really fun stuff with pre-composing and whatnot. So for instance, like you can mask it. You can mask the pre-composition, and then let me see here. So let's RAM preview so it's smooth this time. So you can mask the pre-composition, for instance, and so by masking it, it only shows a certain amount of it. It only shows whatever would be in the mask. So as you can see here, by masking the pre-comp, it only shows the rectangle, and therefore, it only shows the. And then you can add in like you can add in a stroke. You can add in a stroke generator to put around the pre-comp. And if anybody has watched stuff by Captain Christian, this is something he really loves to do. He loves to sort of mask these ink reveals with these with stroke generation. It's really simple. It's really straightforward. And it's like one of those like little things where like if you're not familiar with it, it looks really cool. But if you are familiar with it, you're just like, oh, okay, cool. That's fun. That's cute, that sort of thing. But yeah, AJ, I hope you liked this video. I hope it clarified. I hope it clarified it, man. Let me know if you got any issues with the video or something. Thanks for your comment, dude. I appreciate it, man. And let me turn off the